Well, how the program started was in 1999 we started doing musicals, and the program has grown through the years to be a giant budget program. How it works is a year before the production starts, I start looking at my incoming 8th graders, my 7th graders, and thinking about what show would be best for them. I start looking at their personality, their talent level, and I start picking a show. Then I send away for the royalties, and I purchase the show royalty rights, and I meet with the production team of costume designer, choreographer, musical director, and we meet together and make a plan for the run of the show. Then we have auditions, a 1-minute audition, a 16-bar audition, and the students audition, and we cast them in their roles, and then we begin the rehearsal process, which takes about 8 weeks. A big part of our program is the relationship between the parents and the adults working on the show. For instance, students work together with their parents and adults to make props, costumes, scenery. There are students who work with the musical director as junior musical assistants and junior musical dance captains. So students have a chance to have leadership in this program. They also do research on the internet. They look up what the props should look like from Broadway style musicals to create these props and costumes and scenery. So it's a neat thing. We also do community outreach. We went and performed in kindergarten classes all through North County, and it was more exciting for the kids performing my 8th graders than it was to the kindergartners, but the kindergartners also loved it. It was just this environment of excitement, the community outreach that the students had for performing for students who were younger. The biggest challenge the spring musical production faces is our limited time in this Carlsbad Cultural Arts Center. We have basically one technical rehearsal and one dress rehearsal, and then our show opens. So when you stage a musical in your classroom and then you move it to a giant space like the CAC, it takes a lot of tweaking with the staging and just using your set pieces and your props. It's a whole bigger space. So the limited time in the Carlsbad Cultural Arts Center would be our biggest challenge. Our goal is to keep the kids interested in theater and give them this awesome experience. In addition, this year we started a new goal. Our new goal went kind of along with the feeling of our play. It was You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, which is a story about a kid who has just a bad time. He is lousy in football, he's lousy in baseball, he has a bad Valentine's Day, he messes up in Glee Club, but the very last line of the play, Lucy, the antagonist of the play, comes out and says, "You're a good man, Charlie Brown." And at that moment I feel like the whole message of the play is everybody is good at heart and we should look for the goodness in everyone. One of the annual goals that became from this, from my camaraderie of my students, was we took the challenge to win the Pasta for Pennies childhood leukemia program. My students were pumped. They brought in bags of money every day, went around their neighborhoods collecting money, and they raised over $1,000 for Pasta for Pennies. We won our contest in the highest history of our school, raising $1,000. In addition, we lost a student to leukemia this year, a former student, a drama student, and her sister is currently in our drama program. And the camaraderie surrounding this spring musical production, families sent in donations, and we were able to support this family with a nice financial donation to help them with their hospital bills and their other expenses. So that was another result of a goal from this program. Main thing about this program is it's my heart and soul, and it becomes the students' heart and soul, and these kids are 100% buy-in for this program, and it's really cool to be a part of something so magical. I love the whole thing. I love the choreography. I love the musical direction. I love the casting. I love it all. But the very moment that I remember why all the work was worth it, that one moment after opening night when the kids take their bow and you walk behind the curtain and they are jumping up and down and they're cheering and their energy is like electric, like it could power like Las Vegas with the amount of energy these kids are producing and their excitement. You can't bottle that. I don't think that a typical classroom can have that unless the kids have 100% buy-in to their program. It is truly awesome. I think that the message of the play is see the good in everyone, and I think that is something we can all learn from.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.